Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the weekly Steel Chair for not gaming content, but just in general wrestling content, which is what this channel is built on. And disclaimer, that intro soon might, funnily enough, it might evolve. Just saying, for anyone watching, that there might be an evolution of sorts, but it certainly won't be a Kakuna to a Beedrill, but it'll definitely be worth a watch. I hope everyone that is watching as well. Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. There is a lot to discuss. There's wrestling in general. We'll see how things flow. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good laugh. But my co-host, of course, is here. So, how's things going with you, Eilidh?
Yeah, I mean, not bad. We are fully in a cold season.
Thanks,
Billy. What a start! What a start! No, we're fully in the cold season, aren't we? So it's time to get the hot water bottle. It's time to get the hot juice. It's time to prepare to be unwell every 3 minutes.
I just drink Pepsi Max and get on with it.
Yeah, but also time to have some fun. Again, we're just check. So if at any point that it echoes, just let me know. I'll go and get the headset. But
generally, you're fine. I'm getting no reading on that at all.
I've got a laptop, but it's now casting to a TV that I wasn't using. So now everything that I do on the laptop appears on the TV, but camera is still that goes over there. Camera's still the laptop. So basically, I'm facing the laptop, but the screen is in my peripheral. So if you see me looking off, and basically, guys, if you see me looking off here at any point, that's me looking at the screen. If I'm talking, I'm probably going to look at that and the screen and just sort of go back and forth. But we've got a new setup. We've got a little light going now, so we don't have to rely on the big fecker up there. I've actually tidied, which is something that is a miracle. And
she wasn't asked to do it. She did it of her own free will.
I did. I decided if we're going to actually do this, let's do it properly. And then, as you can see, my nice little setup here, various nerdy things.
Nice classic Umbreon at the very top shelf, as you do.
Umbreon beside the Wednesday light.
Two great franchises right beside each other.
Yeah, very true. But yeah, no, I'm doing well. Back from Glasgow today after seeing Les Mis last night, which was unbelievable. And I come back to some wrestling news, as I always do.
How's work?
We're going to discuss it. Work's going well, yeah. Sort of just same schedule. Once you're settled into a schedule, it's just week in, week out. Do the same. In 2 weeks, I'll have a week off, basically, because it's Edinburgh school holidays. Other than that, yeah, just go on, do your bit, get paid. There you go.
Absolutely. Before we go into the main thing as well, just for everybody, because this is very, very important, and this is the key. This is tomorrow. This is tomorrow, as is our discussions. So we will be previewing Bad Blood tomorrow, and we will have Jamie for that. So hopefully Jamie appears tonight, because
here's the awkward bit.
I'm not on fucking Twitter.
Here's the awkward bit where I tell you that due to family arrangement, it's you and Jamie.
You can't make it tomorrow.
Yeah, I found out today. It's finalised, but it's all good. It's all good. I can give my thoughts on Bad Blood tonight. It's no problem.
You know what? That's fine. Billy, you're on Twitter. Go and get Jamie for me, because I can't be arsed with Twitter anymore. So Twitter.
What, you're gonna put Jamie onto this show?
No. If Jamie wants to join us tonight, he can do that, and then we can just do the
we could do Bad Blood tonight,
and we can just do the fun of the watch.
You guys could do your watch along, and
we'll just do the watch along next week for fun. As a post Bad Blood, fuck it, forget a review.
We'll try and fit a slot in. I swear, this week's just been crazy. I mean, it was my birthday Monday, and then Les Mis on yesterday. Just got back today, and tomorrow my family meal, and then I'm also seeing Ghost, which was always going to happen. Nice. I thought I had time.
Oh yeah, I mean it's peak.
before I went to Ghost, but
Make a fucking effort then. Jamie's podcast on Twitter. Make a fucking effort. You're meant to be part
We'll
of this
get his
community.
attention.
Do as you're told. Go and get him. Like, it's quite easy.
Yeah.
Just tweet.
Well,
just at him.
We'll see if he joins, but there's only one place I want to start this week. You haven't rejoined Twitter, is that after United?
I didn't. To be fair, I didn't leave Twitter because United are shite. I left Twitter because I'm sick of people and their political agendas, and it's flooding my timeline, and I can't mute it or block it because it keeps increasing. So I've just took a break. I don't need that in my life right now. I've already got enough at work right now. It's becoming manic.
Twitter
exactly.
I think 5 years ago now I left it and just
see if I come back to Twitter. It won't be on my account. I'll probably just create a new one and it'll be solely for the steel chair. And if anyone wants to find it if it happens, then feel free. But it won't be back on my main account.
Just make sure anything you tweet from the steel chair, you basically have to have your little signature. So like Sean Ross Sapp puts SRS at the end.
Oh, mine's will just be steel chair. It'll just say steel chair.
Well, all I'm saying is people better not confuse because I never said that Moxley and Gunther were the same. And if you tweet something like that, that's then going to stain my spotless record.
No, you've had a few clangers yourself, so...
Well, maybe, but here's a clanger that unfortunately has...
Please elaborate, because
I absolutely saw this coming, and we need to start here because I literally won't be able to talk about anything else. Keen won't want to hear us talk about anything else first.
He has no power over me anyway. I'm not on his channel. But
AEW got the new TV deal, didn't they? Mm-hmm. They've been renewed.
Mm-hmm. Which we expected.
Yeah. It's more money than before with massive air quotes.
Yeah.
So I believe the report number is $185 million
per year on the grounds of it. Which, in contrast, and to be fair, when you actually look at it, 185 million to someone else, you're going to say, well, that's quite funny. And to be fair, in current market, you would probably laugh at 185 million for the duration of a TV deal. And see if anyone wants to laugh at that, by all means, go ahead, right? But
trust me, I plan on it. I already did, and I will do.
But I think when just giving my piece on it, because to be honest, I haven't actually said anything on the TV deal. I haven't been live to react to it. I haven't made any uploads regarding it. I've just not said anything. So my reaction to the TV deal legit is tonight live. This is my first words on the TV deal. And to be fair, this channel doesn't stay silent. So we're not just going to speak on the TV deal. We're actually going to show the TV deal. So I'm actually going to
I was just getting it up, but I realized actually if you just screen share it, that's going to be
I am going to screen share, and I'm going to get it from not Cultaholic because they're absolute melts. I'm going to go, if it lets me, because their website can be a bit sketchy sometimes. Is it going to let me? Yes. Please, please, please. Please work for me.
All right, Sabrina.
Normally, we are going to go from the best financial source on the planet. We're going to go to Forbes.
Ooh.
Like, there's no better element than Forbes. So we are going to go with them. Why would I go from Fightful? I despise Frightful. Like, they're absolutely including Denise Salcedo, who is an absolute melt. Right, so luckily I am not going to subscribe to you. I'm not going to give you that. All I want is this. And who cares about your bit? Go founder. Go fuck yourself. But this is the full article in general. If anyone wants to read it, it's literally just AEW signs new TV deal with Warner Bros. Discovery. Faces same old problems. Written by Alfred Kunawa. He's a contributor to Forbes site. This was put up on the 2nd of October at
Yeah, and the beauty of
4 in the afternoon.
going from Forbes is, of course, that they're not wrestling media; they're financial media. And I think
And
that thing that
that's
you
the
were
most
saying about
important thing.
Cultaholic and stuff, it's because we don't want the initial report to be dressed in wrestling bias. We're going to do that.
I want it to be just.
So you know who's in which
I want
corner.
financial experts.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this is what we've got from. If that's a bit too much, let me know, guys, and I will zoom out. I'm just trying to get the best. No, you're not going to have my notifications. Go fuck yourself. Right. So
they're really asking you for everything,
this,
aren't they?
Yeah, they'll probably ask for my postcode next. Okay, so just in short, so AEW's officially signed a new multi-year multimedia rights deal with Warner Bros. Discovery. Thank you for being technical. It's multimedia. This is from Variety, who were the next source I was going to go from, but we'll stick with Forbes. So financial terms were not disclosed, but according to sources, the deal is valued at upwards of $150 million per year. When all the elements are taken into account, the likes of Dynamite and Collision will remain on TNT and TBS. Rampage, to be fair, is expected to be cancelled. That's coming a lot because there's mentions about AEW Shockwave, which has been floating around. That's to be on Fox. AEW program will also live stream on Max simultaneously for US subscribers and will be available to stream on demand starting from January. From what I believe, it starts streaming, I think it's a week after Raw goes live on Netflix. I think it's the week after that. I could be wrong, but that's from what I'm seeing. A quote here says, "We are honoured," this is from Tony Khan himself, "we are honoured to announce the extension of our incredible partnership with WBD. This extension continues the tradition of iconic wrestling events broadcast on TBS and TNT, whilst also establishing a new legacy for AEW, come through weekly streams for years to come." He names those of Warner Bros. Discovery for their thanks, and also the AEW fans and talent. Okay, no problem. He also says, recently the biggest announcements in AEW history are looming large as AEW entered the home stretch of its media rights negotiation with Warner Bros. Discovery. I'll get Eilidh to react on that. Carrying on with the article last month, John Urand of Puck at Cage Side Seats.com reported AEW was near a renewal in the ballpark of $170 million for 4 years. Not far off his estimation. 150 seems to be this, but they're getting 170. It was unknown at the time whether the deal included pay-per-views. I'm going to get your thoughts on that as well, because something did come from that.
Yeah.
AEW's previous TV deal was valued at 4 years, $175 million, $45 million per year. That's okay. With the business of the wrestling landscape changing significantly since AEW's inception, TV and streaming deals are by far the number one source of revenue for pro wrestling promotion. That's a fact. Although recently, to be fair, your merchandising can also be a bigger factor depending on how you advertise yourself. That can be significant. Though AEW's earnings are not public information, don't worry, that will soon change. AEW's new deal is expected to make it a profitable company despite its ongoing struggles. I'll get Eilidh to react on that as well.
Yeah.
AEW's current woes, however, will make it difficult for the promotion's quality to match the strength of its finances, which could prove the conundrum over the next few years as it tries to kick out low TV ratings and ticket sales. They're on the verge of just being like a completely successful company, says him.
Sorry. I love that you're reading all of this, but I'm going to have to jump in now.
By all means, jump in. Yeah.
My first issue here, the very first issue that I've got, is because obviously this is Dave Meltzer, and he is the mouthpiece of AEW, essentially. Without being the mouthpiece, he is the mouthpiece. But
this was written, I'll just quickly scroll back up for 2 seconds. It was written here, Alfred Kunowa. He's a contributor to Forbes directly. He is one of their top journalists. He's one of their top contributors.
I'm sorry that I'm about to just throw numbers at you here, or I'm just about to throw problems at you. How exactly can this deal make
he wishes he was
AEW a profitable company when we know that they've lost a lot more than $170 million? We know.
Are you meaning that based on? Are you saying that based on just to question yourself here? Are you basing this on the 170 million they've lost because the financial deal should have been more? Or
no, I mean like they've let money piss through their hands. Not only that, but they've actively wasted money. There were problems with the AEW merch that needed addressed. The game was a disaster.
A good article. This is a good article, Catherine. I'm biased. It's a good article.
The AEW video game was an absolute disaster, and according to several reports, they invested 9 figures into that.
I'll be honest. I can't remember the last time I played Fight Forever. I mean, I like it, but I can't remember the last time.
Because it's a dead game. Because it didn't work and it was a failure. They have failed on multiple occasions to sell out buildings that they are paying. And when you pay for a building, you are paying in the hope that you're going to sell it out. That's how you make profit. You can't be making profit renting out 15, 20,000 seat arenas.
I like how you did there, Billy. Fair play.
And putting 3,000 or 4,000 people in them, 2,000 people in them sometimes. If you go to that Arlington show, where there were 2,700, the attendance was the capacity was 15,000. You know, how the hell can they be a profitable company if they're filling 20 to 30% of every show? Right, imagine you're a band. You're a band and you want to be a profitable band. So what you're going to do is you're gonna play Wembley Stadium, but you've got 40 people, 40 fans, and they go. Now, of course, Wembley's a bad example specifically because, of course, they do Wembley, but they do Wembley because they've got contacts to do Wembley and they get it for free or at a cut rate. They don't pay to run Wembley because they wouldn't do it. Or they don't pay the full price to run Wembley because they don't fill it. They don't pay the full price to run these arenas. Tony and his dad have contacts to get these discount arenas and they still don't fill them. So it can't be profitable on that front. It can't be profitable on a company like Talent front because they sign more wrestlers than they've ever needed. Anytime someone so much as lifts their head out of the WWE, AEW are sniffing around them. I'm surprised that some of them get to show up at Impact before AEW get them. Not only that, but I don't get why this is being celebrated, because even if it is profitable, that's all we're being told. We're being told profitable. So imagine if AEW's losses before the TV deal were $169 million. If this TV deal was $170 million, they're profitable by $1 million. I remind you that the biggest competition, remember, just signed a $500 million deal per year.
Which is, when you look at it, it's actually not overly significant considering the amount of money that Netflix make. That's literally 10% of their revenue.
But if AEW were good enough and in high demand, Netflix would want AEW. The problem is, as I've always said it,
I'm not saying it based on that. I'm just pointing out an actual financial fact. That's all.
But the problem is, as I've always said it, they're an indie mud show, and it's great that the indie mud show gets to go on the TV. It's great that they get to go out and play. It's great that they have their fans, but
wouldn't surprise me if he is. I mean, he likes Atlanta, to be fair.
He probably is, but it doesn't change anything. For me, this is AEW waving a white flag. They stuck with the status quo. They stayed where they were. They're not getting more money. If you adjust it for inflation, they're getting less money. Everything is more expensive now. So what they were able to do before with $180 million, they're now not able to do. I don't see how this can in any way be celebrated as a win.
Yeah, to be fair, I think when you're looking in that instance, 45 million a year, like production itself is becoming more and more significant these days.
How much are the talent contracts?
I mean, I could try
Okada's got to be on 5, right?
At least.
Monet's probably on 5. Osprey's probably on 5. Then you've got the Bucks, and you've got Paige, and you've got Swerve, and you've got Joe. You've got Ricochet now. You wouldn't have gone there for buttons.
Yep. Let's see. Can I find? Doesn't give me any financials there. The good thing is it's sharing this screen in general. I'm trying to see. This is just reporting who's on what, but it's not giving me the actual money. Fuck off. Hurry up and load. I don't want to see Hogan's ugly heat. Oh, I'll find it later. I'll try and look later on. I'll try and find it wherever I can.
Yeah.
But there'll be a significant somewhere. But somewhere they'll have like the exact amount they're being paid.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, it'll be known, and we know because I think she even said it. Mercedes Moné is the highest paid women's wrestler of all time. And we know from public figures that WWE had one on multi-millions of dollars a year. They actually had two because Becky and Charlotte went far off.
They were on about, I think they're on about
Becky
4.
2.5 or 3. It might have even been
she's
more.
She's on, I think she's just under 4 million. I think she's 3.8 million.
Yeah. So we know that at least Monet's getting more than that. Now, I don't know if we're running the numbers right here, people, but they won't be able to afford their talent based on this. Now, that doesn't matter to AEW because they exist in a land of their own and they just pay with... It's like Manchester City. They just pay with silly money. Money that isn't really money. They don't care. So it doesn't matter if they're profitable or not in the grand scheme of things. They can keep going until the cans say enough and stop doing it. And I don't think they will, because Tony Khan loves it too much. And his dad will just keep funding it. Because, as I say, money is no object to these people. But what it does say about this is that they're happy with where they are. And that's it. They just, okay, cool. We found our level. That's fine. And, for the 600,000 people to 700,000 that are watching every week, that's cool for them too. But we were told this was competition. 5 years ago, we were told this was competition. It never was. But now we're really seeing it. The details of this deal come out. It's not even close.
Yeah. There is more on this as well. Like when you look at it, like revenue streams, golden ticket profitability, WWE scale back on house shows, which was their bread and butter. That's changed.
Yeah, they now don't need to do the house shows because, well,
yeah,
they're getting paid.
Yeah. There's a lot in there. This one here as well.
AEW's ticket advances through mid-September leave little to be desired. While discussing the low advances, also recently admitted there is no sign of positivity in these numbers.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time. The future is very bright for AEW.
Absolutely. This is an interesting bit here. So this is where our immediate response to that, where it says AEW's increase in television rights fees is to be celebrated, both for AEW and the wrestling business at large. The fact that two national wrestling promotions can be this profitable with prime real estate on TV stations.
How profitable? They're not a publicly traded company. We don't know their profits. We know WWE's profits. We can see them. You can't just say it can be this profitable, because that makes it sound like you're saying that they're both making the same amount of money. And that, my friend, is bullshit. Complete and utter.
Luckily,
and whoever's written that article fucking knows that too. He knows.
The guy who wrote this,
he's trying to keep people on side. But they're not this profitable. I just
There's
told
no
you,
reason
AEW are making what they make, and AEW have scraped over the line. If it's even true, we don't get to see anything of AEW's income. But the eye test tells you, empty seats tell you, failed video game tells you, rotten merchandise tells you, draining TV ratings tell you Massive stars walking out because they can't deal with the political landscape that is AEW. That all tells you how bloody successful AEW is.
I'm just
It's
scouring a
people
kiss
who
here.
are pissing up your leg and telling you it's raining. That's who these people are. They're pissing on
That's
your
him,
leg
yeah.
and telling you it's raining.
That's him there, to be fair. That's the first time I've ever come across any of his articles. So, but some of it's mad. So I'm going to see if I can get something more entertaining. I want the variety article. If it gives me it. That one. Joe Otterson has wrote this one.
Yeah, and Billy makes a good point about like remember that they were competition. They were until we were playing with a different ball.
Yeah.
They were competition until WWE took the gloves off. And it was like, whoa, we were just playing, man. We were just kidding. All of a sudden it went from, oh, we're not like that other one, to Tony Khan actively going, I'd love to work together, but you see, Triple H might not want it to happen. Of course he doesn't want it to happen. He was on his deathbed and your wrestlers were making fun of him. No wonder he doesn't want to work with you. Twat.
Most people in the wrestling business are generally wrong in that element. And to be fair, and I'm not siding here or whatever, but he's also contributed to other shit in the worst way as well on that level. Two wrongs don't make a right, but still, that shouldn't realistically happen. You should just focus on your own thing. That's how it ideally should be. That's my aim. And that's what I would prefer. Why would Triple H work with AEW if it doesn't benefit WWE? Most AEW stars are ex-WWE wrestlers.
No, he just waits for Tony Khan not to book them, the contract to expire, and then they come back. Malachi Black's next. We're going to get Aleister Black back.
It's not him.
No? Who do you think's next?
Ricky Starks.
No, but I mean to come back.
Oh, right.
Is it Miro? I don't think Triple H likes Miro.
To be fair, nobody in the wrestling likes Miro. Not even his own wife. That's why she dumped him.
True.
And that was definitely an intentional below the belt
Cucked on camera one too many times and it becomes your reality.
That's all he is. But he's just a walking cuck. And he's crap.
Yeah.
To be fair, he's shite, she's shite. They both don't belong in wrestling.
Miro without Lana is about as convincing as when they split up Heavy Machinery. Like, oh, Tucker's going to get released, isn't he?
I know, because they favoured that absolute useless, oversized, terrible, can't talk cunt who likes.
I know, I bet you Tucker would actually be interesting though. Like, I bet you if they got behind Tucker instead.
Well, Tucker can talk, Tucker can wrestle, and Tucker.
Yeah, we might have had a mid-carder, you know? We might have had a good mid-carder.
Oh, this is a fucking...
Let's catch you in the show. You've missed the rant bit. I mean, I will rant again, but you've missed the initial rant. Where
this is just
AEW, like this article from Forbes claims that AEW are this profitable, like on a line with WWE. Laughable.
Oh, he's not saying in line with WWE. He's just saying...
No, but he's saying two companies can be this profitable. That's the way that it goes. So, right, okay. So if you think of a family and they've got two sons and both of them play football.
I hate them both.
One of them, so if one of the sons playing football plays like right back and he's not very good, and the other's like on the wing and is incredible.
Yep.
And then the coach comes up to the parents and goes, wow, how did you get two kids that were this good at football? That makes it sound like they're on a level playing field, doesn't it? That makes it sound like both of them are incredible.
I think that's what you, in that way, it's more a sense of an appeasement comment. It's appeasing.
Exactly. It's so that they don't rock the boat, which is disgusting because you're not wrestling journalists and you don't need to pick a side here. The problem is you could say like, oh, but I don't need to pick a side. I'm not picking a side. I'm telling you the facts, which is that AEW cannot be running profitably based on this TV deal versus everything they have to pay for. It's not happening. I don't. And as I say, you want to prove me wrong? Publish the figures. Become a publicly traded company. Take the leap. Let's see what money you're making. Go for it.
To be fair, I wouldn't mind every pro wrestling company being that level.
I like seeing what WWE make. I like seeing it because I like seeing the health of the company that I'm supporting.
I mean, to be fair,
I like to see it because if WWE do really, 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 really well and keep making money, they get deals like Netflix. But because they've got that deal, like WWE is not going anywhere, and they don't go anywhere because they get these huge deals, and they get these huge deals because they don't go anywhere. It plays back, it cycles round. They get massive TV deals because they're always there, and because they're always there, more massive TV deals come in.
To be fair, nobody theoretically wants them to go. They just want things to be different. Ideally, I mean, I keep up with TNA financials. I keep up with New Japan financials. Like, I do actually keep an eye on them. Like,
yeah, well, because you want to know about the health of that. Like, I'm worried for New Japan because they're losing all the stars. So I'm worried that New Japan's just gonna either have to fold or
That's why Tanahashi's president, because they know.
Or unite with all
Japan.
Japan. And if they unite with all Japan, I don't think their fans are going to take too kindly.
No, after what happened in 1993. No, after what happened in 1990. After what happened in 1990. Actually, to be fair, it goes back further. After what happened in 1987, and then 1983. No, to be fair, you can.
Kelly's nailed the analogy, by the way. Gary and Phil Neville. That's exactly what I was going for. Someone goes up to Neville like, "Oh, your sons are both this good at football." Like, Gary's going to punch Phil in the mouth. Like, you're not on that level. Deal is there, even if they are.
There is actually some people who argue the opposite, that Phil Neville was better than Gary Neville. The problem is Gary Neville was a much better professional.
Is that not just Everton fans and people who want to be contradictory?
No, there genuinely were some United fans from the time watching them play the academy all the way through that said Phil was a better player.
Yeah, the academy will deceive you, though.
No, they were saying the academy as they were getting into the first team as well.
All right,
but
the academy will deceive you. I mean, every team's had a player that's...
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But then again, I don't care between the two of them. You know what I mean? Like, the professional is more important, and Gary's a much better professional.
Yeah.
Phil Neville's just an absolute clown who failed at every club he's managed, which is beautiful because he's a wanker.
How did he get on with the Lionesses?
Failed.
Yeah, I was like, it wasn't him. It was when they got the women from...
No, they binned them for a manager that knew how to win something.
Yeah. Who even was the manager?
What, when he took over, or who's manager?
No, who won the thing with the Lionesses?
Oh, that's Serena Wegman.
Yeah, that's it. I was like, it is a woman.
Yeah.
And she's not from England, but that's all I had, and I could picture her.
She won the Euros She won the Euros with her home country, Holland, in the previous tournament before she took over England.
Ah, all right. Oh, thoughts on the above?
About Meltzer with NXT. And...
Oh right, no, we'll get to. Okay, is it round 2 of Kill the Clown?
I didn't realize we were doing that. I was too busy reading this article.
Yeah, I think I've already laid Dave Meltzer out, but I suppose I could go again. Okay.
Do you like? I'm not really bothered about Meltzer.
Yeah. So okay.
I'm just reading this.
I mean, this is honestly the way that he's talking about NXT's like viewership dropping and how they have to downsize their venues. NXT does not work like AEW. NXT's a cycle in itself. When stars get too big for NXT, they don't stick around. And what you're left with is still a strong roster for what it is, but it does lack star power. Now, I don't know how you can get on at AEW, at NXT for the show that they just did with CM Punk as the guest referee. Because it was CM Punk. I mean, I imagine that's why Dave got on it, because CM Punk was there, and CM Punk's the reason that his company don't get to do as well anymore. NXT's developmental. It's about creating stars that are then going to move on. Roxanne Perez is doing a phenomenal job as NXT Women's Champion right now, but no one in their right mind thinks Roxanne Perez is going to stay there forever. Roxanne Perez is going to come up. Cora Jade's probably going to beat her, and then Roxanne Perez is going up.
Cora Jade will probably go up now, considering why she was out.
Well, Cora
injured.
Jade went up and then got hurt.
Yeah, but she didn't exactly get injured this time, though, did she?
No, but I think it should be a really good match. But anyway, yeah, you can't get on at NXT. You can't hold it to the same standards as AEW, because NXT is all about like a breeding ground and generating new talent. Okay, it's not like Level Up where you get like really, really green people, but you still get people who are working out their gimmicks, trying new things. I mean,
I only have one general. I only have one genuine. Yeah, I like Olafemi. I only have one genuine criticism of NXT, and I've said it on here before, and I'll say it again. They're all the exact same fucking person. You know, I compared them all to Jack Grealish at Man City. I've said that before. I have the same vibe. They're all robots. I don't want to see that. I want to see a little bit more evolution. I want to see a bit more personality.
Trick Williams does at least have personality. Even Paige did well.
But you see my point. That's just
right now. I mean, Tony D'Angelo's good. He's got his own distinct. He's got his own distinct thing. Yeah.
But is he good?
I think so. I think Tony D'Angelo's.
I think he's only had one good match.
He's main event level.
I think he's only had one good match his entire NXT run, and coincidentally, that was against Olafemi. That's it.
No, he had a good match against Pete Dunne.
To be fair, Pete Dunne isn't really a measurement because he has a good match with everybody.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. He has had that good match. I know that Pete Dunne has a good match with everyone, but still, he's had that good match. It counts. He was there too.
But outside of that, there's not
Tony
much.
D'Angelo's all right. I mean, it doesn't. He was sort of mired with that mob stuff for a while, and they were like using it as a trio.
That didn't help him at all, to be fair.
Yeah, but as a singles guy, he's completely all right. But the point I'm making is Tony D'Angelo came out of nowhere. Obafemi came out of nowhere. Who in AEW has come out of nowhere?
And how long, in terms of circumstance of the question?
I mean, ever. A name that's been plucked out of nowhere.
Well, they had two, but it depends on how your perspective of it.
MLW isn't counting.
That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say, plucked out of nowhere, well, there's one you hate, and then there's one, if he just chills on a little things, could be considered for the same conversation.
Are you saying Orange Cassidy?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm saying MJ you hate.
Oh, no, but MJF's MLW.
But nobody really paid attention to him.
No, but it's not nowhere.
It was at the time. It was. I mean, nobody really too much. It
was known.
But nobody really paid attention to MLW until two particular people came around.
No, I get that, but the same
and they're no longer with the organization.
But it's not nowhere to pluck them from independent promotions. Same way that I'm not going to claim people that were like on independent promotions for.
He's not going to do anything. I don't see him doing it. After, I'll be surprised if he does anything at Bad Blood.
We might get that Bloodline War Games, but anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. They've not taken someone out of nowhere and created them. NXT do that. NXT create people. They don't just boost people further. They straight up create them. Breakout Tournament is not a joke. It's people who have been nowhere.
I think that's more or less the difference of how they look at it.
Well, what would
You
an
know?
AEW breakout tournament look like? It would be overweight, never even trained, never worked on their physiques at all,
I don't think that's
coming
what
out
they're
in
looking
street
for.
clothes and putting each other through tables.
I don't think that's what they're looking to do.
Exactly.
I don't
So
think.
why is Dave comparing the two like they're the same?
I don't know. I haven't even read what he said because I am not even thinking about what he says. You know, like he doesn't even get in my head. Doesn't translate.
I just,
You know,
I just
like
think it's about time that everyone just turned on this idiot and just went, no, like you are just wrong. And if you're not getting a cut off AEW, which you're probably not,
he isn't.
you have some sort of vested interest here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because your ego can't let go of something that was said in 2019 or 2018.
Another.
I don't know if
Another.
your ego can't let go of something that was said in 2020. But the ego means that Dave Meltzer just will not, cannot give up ground. He only gives up ground when everyone else is in.
That's what I was gonna
AEW is
say.
not a start. Yeah, exactly. So to compare the two is senseless.
She's seen. Don't worry, she's seen.
I'm excited.
They've brought. The thing is, they bring them in. They're not establishing that. But I think the problem is, it's a different outlook and a different.
Who was your other
projection.
genuine star, by the way, that they've created? Because MJF.
I was gonna say Darby Allin.
No, he came from Evolve. That's way too big. Evolve were signed with WWE.
I know that. I'm not saying that he hasn't. I was gonna say in terms of who they've come and actually just been a star in their own right in that organization and worked for themselves. It is probably just those two in the level. The rest of them have come from other organizations and are
6 years. I mean, just run through the last 6 years of NXT call-ups.
one of them significantly injured, which is a damn shame because
Yeah,
I'd rather see Ilja on TV than that fat cunt Otis.
true.
I'd rather see Ilja Dragunov with a sawed-off leg than Otis on TV.
Yeah, but one of them's a developmental program, and the other's supposed to be. Because here's the thing: if you've only made 2 stars in 6 years, okay, great. So you're WCW. You're supposed to have all the big stars right now, and apparently you do. So why aren't people watching that?
I think they're more in the sense of I think when you look at who they sign or who they bring in, I think they're more in the sense they're just looking for the established rather than creating. Whereas
Well, look at
WWE, I
some
think
of their friends and people that they liked on TV years ago.
I think there's more of an established factor. That's what they're more interested in. I don't know if they're geared in that sense towards developing someone until they feel they can get into that area, whereas WWE have just been around for decades, where in that sense where they can use that very effectively and they can then establish and develop their own way. They've got that variety. That's why I think they're more in the sense of it's not that they're forced to do NXT, but they're happy to do it.
Yeah,
I don't think that's an AW direction. It might. I'm not saying they should, but they might end up doing that down the road. I don't think they will, though. I think it'd be interesting. I don't think they will. WCW had the opportunity with the power plant, and they only produced 1 star from the power plant, and that was Goldberg, and he ain't even fucking important. He's just an arsehole.
yeah, but he was important.
He was important for
It's
them
all
when you're
AEW is laughable and move on. I know
He
that
was
it's
important. He was important for one thing, though. He was very important for exposing the stupidity of Hulk Hogan. Thank you. He was very important in exposing fabrication of numbers, that winning streak, and he was. To be fair, it was also funny when he got slapped a bit by Booker T in 2000 when it was an absolute waste.
Yeah.
Enjoyment 101, but hey ho.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Kane's absolutely gone and nailed it. Like, WCW had all the big stars years ago. WWE invested in younger talent and overtook them.
Yeah.
Does this song sound a little familiar to people? Only this time, remember, AEW have never overtaken WWE. Because, as I was saying at the time, but I can't claim it on my own. Surely anyone was saying it. AEW were never going to catch WWE. You're scaling Everest with your tongue if you think that AEW is going to somehow eclipse WWE. So they had to go a different direction, but they haven't. They book the same sort of stuff that you would see on bad WWE with worse wrestlers who are less in shape, not as trained, less professional, and then they think they can pass that off as competition. They're only competition because they call themselves that. There's nothing about them that is competition. Nothing about them has ever been competition.
That's the thing, is that's what people are looking for. It's not, funnily enough, what I'm looking for.
No, I mean, looking for an alternative is fine, but the alternative should still be good. I've said this the whole time. What part of it being an alternative means that it actively has to be bad?
I mean, that can also be considered subjective.
No, but good and bad are completely subjective, absolutely. But there's also objectively bad. Things that are bad to the point that you can't say otherwise. For example, AEW's commentary is objectively bad. It's not subjectively bad. It's objectively
and doing it on their own.
Yeah. But AEW's commentary is objectively muddled. Their show order is just, we'll throw that out, then we'll throw this out, then we'll throw the other thing out. Their booking objectively makes no sense. You have a guy come out to say that the champ isn't going to compete on a show, and then an hour later, or 2 hours later, I don't know when the segments were, I'm going to say an hour, you had Nigel McGuinness come out to the ring and challenge the guy that wasn't going to be there. And then he accepted it. And Darby Allin has no issue with that.
He hasn't got anything to do with it anyway. He's already well.
It doesn't make any sense.
There's some things that are... There's some things
objectively nonsensical and objectively stupid. Objectively bad decisions. It can be subjectively good wrestling and bad wrestling, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't hate every AEW match, but objectively, it's a poorly run wrestling show.
There's a lot of things going on, not just there, that's odd at the moment. There's just a variety of things going across wrestling right now that's bloody odd. And I didn't watch Raw. I was too exhausted, so I watched one clip, and please tell me I didn't see what I thought I saw on Raw. Did I see The Miz turn heel again? Because I'm not saying I'm advocating for a Miz heel turn or a Miz babyface or whatever. I'm saying, have I seen that again when he doesn't even need to be there? Like, Hollywood is right there, just go.
How many times has Chris Jericho turned face and heel in AEW?
More times than Big Show shat out a burrito on SmackDown.
See? Exactly.
I'm saying I'm sick of all of them doing it.
Absolutely.
Big Show was bad for it. Kane was bad for it. The Miz is
absolutely. But if we're trying to say that the Miz heel turn is objectively bad, then
Jericho's weird. Jericho's weird heel and babyface transitions have been going on since 1995. Like,
I'm aware, but you could still do them well.
Jericho's last really good heel turn was 5 years ago. 5 years ago was his last really great heel turn. And his last great babyface turn was... When was the last time I thought Jericho as a babyface was actually elite? Hold on. Still thinking.
Now, Khan said in an interview that he doesn't do long-term storytelling because it's not what the AEW fans want. No, but
10 years ago.
also some of their best-selling and highest watched matches,
I didn't really
highest
check.
followed periods of engagement were with long feuds. MJF
I'm not
versus
really-
CM Punk was a long story. Hangman versus Kenny was a long story. The Hangman Page to the world title thing took over a
Yeah.
year. MJF to the world title took over a year.
Yeah.
These were hot periods for the company. So
Mhm.
as much as Tony Khan says that's not what AEW fans want, I would say when they've had a long-term story,
They've
AEW fans have been there for it.
They've literally got one that people are actively still wanting to watch. I barely keep track with Karrion Kross anymore. I fell out with Karrion Kross. I used to like Karrion Kross. He's just weird now. I don't like the weird profit shit. That's why I check in and out. Like I barely keep up. To be fair, on Raw next Monday's Raw is the first of the 2 hours until the end of the year.
Yeah, but that also means SmackDown gets this third hour.
SmackDown with 3 hours is going to be ridiculously bad.
It's going to be rough.
Like that, it'll be awful because they've got nothing to sustain that third hour. By the way, nothing.
No, and especially Raw's going to get the first hit at all the big stars. So what's going to be left for SmackDown?
When it gets to January, this is what Netflix want. When it gets to January, Netflix want Lesnar, Roman, Rock on Raw. Netflix are going to get what they want.
Yeah, they should do. So on SmackDown for an hour, they should do Speed.
That should just be cancelled.
No. Do an hour. First hour of SmackDown's WWE Speed.
To be fair, that's
people would still watch. It's still WWE.
Yeah, it's just Speed. It's
you could have people compete in Speed and then do their thing later. It would at least feel different.
Or they just don't do the third hour.
But that ship sailed. We're not getting a no third hour.
I know, it's just ridiculous. I'm not a fan of 3 hours of TV wrestling a week. To be fair, a week. 3 hours on just one show in particular for that week.
But it's all right because
2 hours
2 hours of your schedule's going to be cut out soon. Or is it 1 hour? Because Rampage is dead, isn't it?
Well, it's been replaced. To be fair, well, it's going to be replaced.
With what? With the AEW behind the?
No, that Shockwave thing that's going to Fox, but I'm not even sure. To be fair, I'm not saying I'm cutting out wrestling, but I'm trying to. To be fair, I barely watched Rampage, and even when it started, I only watched it for the Christian Cage match against Omega, and then after that, I stopped watching.
The good stuff.
I do. I watch it on Thursdays.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is you're trying to only watch the good stuff.
I just try to watch the main stuff. I don't consider Rampage main.
You shouldn't really consider Dynamite main at this point. I'll be honest. You can.
I still do.
You can sort of just like open your phone or whatever and just see what happened. Just kind of shake your head.
To be fair, I watch all of it except the only thing I don't watch is Rampage. It's the only thing throughout the week I just barely watch because it's just.
How's Collision doing?
Ratings wise, not what I was expecting, but I think in terms of booking, I think it's not so bad.
No, I'm talking about booking here, so I don't.
The booking, I think they're more. I think when they're on a Saturday night, I think they actually enjoy it more.
What do they build towards, or do they build anything? Do they just have matches?
They will still engage like the feuds and all that. It's mostly like their women's feuds or tag team feuds at the moment, and I think that's why you're going. I think that's why you're going to get them like. Obviously, from Wednesday, like so Jay White seems to be going after Hangman Page, so that's going to gear up. That'll be across both shows, to be honest.
So Jay White's after Hangman.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I knew there was something from AEW I wanted to ask you, because we're not just here to take it down. MVP.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I saw that.
What do you think?
This is the third time he's done this group of plan. Like it started in TNA, he's now in 2014, into 2015, he's now brought into WWE. Theoretically, they shouldn't have let that go anyway. It was fun. They just brought in two clowns.
Mm-hmm.
That's true that Bobby Lashley has signed with AEW, yeah. I've liked how at least they've started it in a way. I mean, it's only like 2 weeks of him, to be fair. It's the first week of Shelton Benjamin. They've already highlighted the one area they want to go. They want to go after Swerve. They want to split Swerve and Prince Nana so they can get him in the fold. To be fair, when I'm looking at it, you would probably say this is last chance saloon for will they get any sort of success out of the group they want to make. And if they just
they got their success-ish. I suppose they didn't get their success, but without the Hurt Business, I don't think you get Bobby Lashley as WWE champion.
Yeah. I like the pairing of MVP and Bobby Lashley anyway. It's worked everywhere they've been, and it's a good group. I've always liked Shelton Benjamin. He's not the best on the mic. Everybody knows that. He wasn't great in his first run of WWE, but he sort of got better when he became the gold standard. It became slightly better towards the end of the 2000s. I think now, in a sense, he's working the way he wants, as he did in WWE in his latter stage. He was just getting to just enjoy his work. He doesn't have the... I think there might be just some people maybe in WWE that maybe he just did not like, even though Shelton Benjamin tries to get on with everybody. It happens in business. Everywhere you go, you're not going to get on with everybody. Frankly, you shouldn't get on with everybody anyway. But I like that it's still him, MVP, Lashley. If you add in Swerve, it'll be a lot better than Cedric Alexander, to be fair. But I don't know. You know what? It's the first 2 weeks of them trialing it. But I actually, weirdly enough, I don't want Swerve to join them.
Would it be a lot better than Cedric Alexander?
Well, yeah, because look what they did to Cedric throughout. Like, he ended up becoming so irrelevant that nobody wanted to see him in the group anymore.
Look what they did to Swerve.
I know. I think the highlight is I think what MVP wants is he wants the freedom just to completely take over, and he's just going to be there.
I said like Jey Uso with the Yeet.
Oh, don't even get me started on that again.
No, but
visceral hate of that.
But I'm here to offer you another potential moment.
Go on.
If Cedric Alexander came out to Swerve When I Drive, whatever it's called, Hit the Swerve or whatever.
Yeah.
About 2-3 years ago. Bearing in mind that Swerve has only been booked strong for the past year.
You're in a bit. I would say. Yeah. But still, yes, he has been booked.
We'll give him 15 months.
Since All In last year.
So about 15 months, yeah. Okay. Now, I don't even want to make this she's just swapping any black person in.
No, his chant is over. He's a clown.
I don't want it to be that I'm just swapping any black person in because people think, I'll swap one for the other. Oh, they're all interchangeable. No,
I'm enjoying your analogy.
We're avoiding that. So I'm going to purposely pick someone else.
You're being
accurate.
What
I'm going to say to you is, what if instead of it being Swerve who did that, it was Danny Garcia?
Oh, I can easily flip the switch on that. Which one of them actually has a personality?
Well, Swerve was given his personality.
It was also his personality out with pro wrestling. Danny Garcia just wrestles. And to be fair, he used to be good. Used to be.
Okay.
I would say 2.5, 3 years
So
ago.
you need to have personality. Okay, so what if Eddie Kingston did it?
He's boring as piss water.
But he has a personality.
No, he's got Burger King stomach.
No, but the people in AEW say that he's got a personality.
He doesn't.
All I'm saying is,
It's Eddie
anyone
Kingston.
could have said
He's a
yeet.
failing argument.
Anyone could have entered to Swerve When I Drive. Anyone could have done the dance. I'm telling you, Swerve's not that impressive. He's not that
To be
impressive
fair,
in
it's
the
his
ring.
own.
He's not that impressive on the mic.
I disagree on both.
Is a mud show guy now who's doing all the, let's see what shocking thing I could do. How's about to drink your blood? Oh, how's about you put a needle in my mouth? Fuck off, Swerve. Piss off. I know I'd rather see Cedric Alexander. I'd rather see good matches. I'd rather see a guy who has top match potential.
He hasn't had top match potential since that match against Penguin years ago.
Used, but what I'm saying is he's got a higher ceiling.
I wonder whose fault that is.
He's got a higher ceiling than Swerve in terms of in-ring.
I disagree.
And the whole point of putting someone with a manager is the manager is supposed to give them the personality. Brock Lesnar's personality is fucking stale bread with tap water. Paul Heyman gives him his personality. So Prince Nana could give anyone a personality.
Except Cowboy Brock, though. Because that was just hilarious. And that's his own shit. That was quite funny.
He didn't say much, really.
He didn't have to say anything.
Okay. But imagine if Brock debuted as that.
Not gonna lie.
Brock was over because of Heyman. Brock is over because of Heyman.
Oh, I'm not arguing that. Yeah. That is completely
But what
true.
I'm saying is the Cowboy stuff was cool, but we only cared because he'd been with Heyman before. If someone had what if Josh Briggs had come down? I'm Cowboy Josh Briggs. No one would have cared. No one would have gave two fucks.
To be fair, Lesnar on the mic in UFC had some moments. There was some, there was one in particular that stands out more than anybody.
And you know this by now. I only watch the real stuff.
So, funny. So, definitely UFC then. I'm staying out of this argument. I'm staying out of it. But to be fair, there was that was it. The Frank Mir promo. Not the first one, the second one, when he came back and beat him after Frank Mir humiliated him. And to be fair, that first fight was just pure gold. Brock Lesnar tapping it to a knee bar was special. But he does have it in him. But to be fair, are you actually investing in Brock Lesnar to speak? No.
Are you investing in Swerve Strickland to speak? No.
I'm investing in... Oh, Prince Nana when he speaks is gold.
See? So anyone could have been with him.
I think you have to have the right combination.
All I'm saying is Swerve is not that good. He's just not. He's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
I think he is a lot better than you're giving out, personally.
He's perfectly fine. He's okay. He's a 7 out of 10.
Nothing wrong with a 7 out of 10, but he has a lot.
Actually, he was 7 out of 10 before the Mud Show stuff, and now he's like a 2. Now I wouldn't book him. I'd have released him right after that match. I'd have went, piss off.
Nah, over.
Well, actually, I wouldn't have had to because it would have went, okay, so what's your plan for your match? Well, we're going to do, this would have been match 1. We're going to do this, that. No, you're fucking not. No, you're not. You're not doing any of that.
I also wouldn't coddle them.
No, they're grown men. They can make their decision. But if they do something I don't like, they can find themselves a new job.
You can try, but it's ain't going to work in this day and age.
Well, breach your contract. You signed a contract to say that you wouldn't do that shit. You do that shit.
I wouldn't mind seeing that as a contract, to be fair, because then there's a few things I would put in every wrestler's contract worldwide.
Yeah, everyone has to enter in this.
No, that would be
You
an
have to
immediate
choose. You have to
sack.
choose if you're going to do this one or this one, because, and here's the bit. Here's the bit you haven't realised, right? Isn't the yeet just like that though?
Maybe until you call them cockroaches. I need to wait for the opposite version. I need to wait for the word to go with it before I
What do
can
you
even. Well, to be fair, the minute he started doing that ridiculous clown show dance, it was just that, and then he said cockroaches. So I need to wait for the swerve equivalent. Where
All
I don't
right,
know what
so
he's going to say.
it's swerve or yeet. It's either. They're the same. They're the same, and yeet's more over because more people watch it.
To be fair, yeet still doesn't compare to the one that actually matters,
Yeah.
which
If
we've
you
already
took
said
them
last
right
time.
now, if you took them right now and swapped them, Swerve Strickland would be booked to lose his IC title because no one would care.
Oh, has he lost that thing yet, by the way?
And Jey Uso would be the most over guy on AEW's roster.
Has he lost that IC title yet, though, or is he still champion?
I didn't see him lose it.
Ugh, then I'll wait till he loses it for
Yeah,
him.
it was quite nice actually. He entered with like his son was backstage.
Oh, that's nice. What a way to make sure that he never loses that
Well,
title.
not backstage because he entered through the crowd, but like in the tunnel basically. There was a bunch of fans, and then it was his son at the front. So I was like, he just kissed that kid, and then it was like, oh well, that's his son. I was like,
fair.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
I'm at that point now where I just don't want to watch him because now he's now got the IC title and it makes me physically sick.
But hey, but my heart works. I watched it and I went, oh, that's nice. I still don't want you to be champion, but that's nice.
Mine does when it chooses to. It's just how it is now. Mine's just soulless.
On the contract with that, they have to say yeet in their promos.
I swear to God, I would shoot myself if I was asked. Maybe. I would say no thanks. That'd be like no.
That's fair.
I think there's so many things in wrestling nowadays that certainly has to stop, and the one thing that I would absolutely put in is certain like wrestling media, like just put in your contract you do not associate with, because they are a cancer. They're they claim to think they're all this, and then when they get a little bit of clout, they then start making more of you, and then they ruin you. The guys like Ringside News and all that is, well, to be fair, they did lose to the government, which was absolutely hilarious. But things like people like that really are a problem. To be fair, not just him. I can see why people don't like Dave Meltzer, and to be fair, fine with that. I don't care. Folk like Eric Bischoff, folk like, well, to be fair, Cornette can have his moments till his blood pressure goes up when Vince Russo speaks. Even Russo himself can be a nightmare. Like, there's so many shit like that across the globe where there's times where they will say something completely relevant and you want to listen, and then they'll say something that's completely stupid and you're like, I just rewind. I'll just rewind. You know what I mean? Like, I can't stand them all, but I cannot stand Sean Ross Sapp. I just can't. I
don't know people, like, honestly, I don't know what people's issue with Sean Ross Sapp is, because I watched him during the pandemic. He obviously he did the Quizlemania with Wrestle Talk.
Yeah.
That was honestly quite a lot of fun. I thought it was great. Tribal Court with J. Jimmy and Sammy, for examples of Roman gaslighting them and harming them, should be good storytelling.
After you said Jay, I lost track, but I'm only kidding. It's a fair comment. It's a fair comment.
Jay's gonna have to be involved, but
the only one that's actually remotely interesting, just from a dynamic, is probably Jimmy. Sammy's just
why? Why is Jimmy interesting? Jimmy's never been interesting.
There's just something about him, you know.
No, there's nothing about him. He's a twin.
Oi, so am I. Back off.
Are you?
Yeah, back off, you spooky
bitch. All right, okay.
Nah, it's not fun.
The evidence in front of you. He's not a twin. Sorry, he is a twin, and there's nothing about him.
But to be fair, I'm entertaining. Why do I hate Sammy? Sammy bores me. And his IC title really was
Sami
unfair.
Zayn's great though. Like
I never said he's bad. I never said he's bad.
How does Sami Zayn bore you?
I spoke about it last time we were on. The last time I thought he was truly that good, bar that 18 months where he made the bloodline relevant, was that conspiracy theory shit. You know, because it was just unpredictable. He's just a little bit more predictable at the moment.
He
and I
was
want to
good at WrestleMania.
Which
It's
one?
not his. It's not his
Which
fault
one?
that his
Which
title
one?
was put like this year.
That title reign killed me. That title reign killed me.
No, I get that. But he's not Brock Lesnar. He doesn't choose to keep his title.
To be fair, I just thought it was funny, so I carried on with it. It was
He used
just
to
funny.
call everyone Hogan. I don't know. Maybe he's accusing
Hogan
of something.
I hate Hogan. I just hate
Hogan.
I just hate Hogan. I just hate Hogan. Fuck Hogan.
It's not a hot take though. Everyone seems to have their.
I just hate Hogan. Hogan will never be right.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, it's.
I was saying he can't help that he was asked to keep the title.
I think his problem, Sami Zayn's biggest problem, is how he is used. But the weird part is how he is used is the complete contrast to how he initially came in. Like, they've completely changed him in a way that he doesn't feel like what the first 2 years of Sami, generally in NXT into WWE, and then his first full year in the main roster was genuinely exciting, and it was, for him, it felt more right. When they turned him heel with the Braun Strowman feud, it didn't feel right. It felt
okay. I will also remind you that he spent one of these years as a babyface getting called up.
And I told you it was good. And it was
no,
good.
he was on the injury list though.
I know. But I genuinely thought it was good though. Like most stuff he did was good. It just didn't
He
end
was on the
well.
injury list. He got his basically. he got
it didn't end
hurt.
Well. It didn't end well anyway. It didn't end well.
But because he got hurt, the old management lost faith in him. It's the same reason why Finn Balor was farting around for 4 years.
But I did like the conspiracy theory stuff. There was just something about it was different. You know what I mean? I quite liked that. It was funny.
Sami Zayn's still different. Like, you can be a babyface and be different.
He's become the overwhelming favourite, not the underdog. That's the sad thing.
He's not the overwhelming favourite. People know that Gunther's going to kick his ass. Apart
from Gunther.
Gunther. No, okay. So if you're an overwhelming favourite but you don't win anything, you're Arsenal playing at home to Crystal Palace. It's like, okay.
For a moment, I thought
you're gonna win that.
For a moment, I thought you were going to say Man United. I was like, please don't.
Well, Arsenal could be playing at home against Man United, making a good habit of that recently. But
he doesn't have one.
He does have a character.
No, he does.
He puts the pride of his nation on his back. He's not afraid of where he comes from. He's a proud immigrant. He never, ever gives up. Even when the odds are beyond him, he's still going to find a way. He's got more heart than just about anyone.
So he's human.
He adapts to new situations. He's loyal, and his loyalty stabs him in the back, like the number of times that he's gone back to Kevin Owens. He doesn't
wait for that, by the way. That's coming.
It's not that he doesn't hold grudges, but that he forgives people easily. He is the whatever way around this will make sense. I think he's the yin to Kevin Owens' yang, because Kevin Owens doesn't forget, and Kevin Owens holds grudges.
Yeah, but that's
Sami Zayn doesn't hold those grudges. Sami Zayn's a very forgiving, very loyal, very respectable, very sort of.
He's just a trusted person, but I ain't a character.
He's a resilient babyface, and recently he had a little spike of arrogance because he came out to challenge Gunther, and it was all, "I beat you once, I'll beat you again." It's not like when he was fighting other people. But if you've watched Sami Zayn since WrestleMania, particularly with Braun Breaker, He was like,
Don't even bring.
no, but that promo where he was like, I have had people larger than you. I've had more experienced people than you. They've all said exactly what you just said. I've got no chance. Let me show you. And I suppose in that light, it was good that Sami won match one. Because then Sami Zayn's a babyface that told the truth. Now, you don't want your babyface to tell lies.
No, of course you don't. I stand by that. You don't.
Yeah. So Sami Zayn's character has been great. I
don't
honestly see the issue that you've got with Sami Zayn.
But that's not essentially character. That's more like sense of like just your personality creeping in. But the actual character itself,
the character based on your personality, based on your reactions.
No, the character is someone like the character is someone right now like Uncle Howdy. That's a character.
Right. So costume.
No, not costume. No, that's not the. No, that's not the costume. That's just the presentation.
Yeah. So what's the difference between what you've just said?
Portrayal.
Yeah, but Uncle Howdy gets portrayed in his own world.
Yeah, but it's portrayal is what I'm saying is the difference. What I'm saying about Sami Zayn's personality is that evolving side to him. You know, that's what. To be fair, that's it. That is a great strength of his. It's not character work. That's just a great human being.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying Sami Zayn and
that's his character. The same way that Rey Mysterio's character has always been that he's just a fantastic person and a hero.
But like I'm saying that. So the character essentially for him. So the character work, funnily enough, was actually that conspiracy stuff. That's actually character work.
It was when he went through that character arc. Yeah. But he's at the other side of that now. Because Kevin Owens dragged him out of it.
Yeah, so he went from a character to something different, which is not character.
But that's not right.
That's
one
what
of the greatest movies of all time, Avengers Civil War or Captain America Civil War.
I knew that was coming.
But it's the exact thing.
No, I knew that was coming because it's a good. I knew that was coming because it's a fantastic reference.
Iron Man's the villain. That doesn't mean Iron Man remains a villain the whole time.
No.
He gets dragged out of it. He gets brought to his senses. That's what happened to Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was a conspiracy theorist, and Kevin Owens went, snap out of that. Stop.
Yeah, he went from. Yeah, so I'm not essentially saying that he has nothing. What I'm saying there is he went from the character to something else that's not a character, but what it's done has more emphasized his personality.
How do you feel about twist villains, though?
Twist villains? Ooh.
Yeah, when it comes to movies, how do you feel about twist villains?
If they are genuinely displayed right, then absolutely I'm all for it.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm going somewhere with this. So a good twist villain.
It depends on who you're about to use, because some of them really.
Twist villain. I'm not even going to use an example.
No,
we're just going to agree. Yes, we're just going to agree on what a good twist villain is. Now, a good twist villain is someone that you watch throughout the story, but you never realize is actually going to be the villain.
Exactly. That's the element of just being the person behind it.
Sami Zayn was a twist villain, but the whole point of the villain is that they get defeated. He couldn't remain a conspiracy theorist forever. Someone had to drag him out of it.
Yeah, I'm not essentially saying that he had to eventually come out of it. I'm not saying stop that. It had to come to an end. It was coming to an end. All I'm saying is that was his character.
It was his character at that point.
Yeah. What he doesn't have now is he doesn't have that kind of character. He doesn't have that.
Well, he's a different character. He's got a different character now.
No, what he is just a more experienced, mature side to what he was when he first came into NXT. That's what he is.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that.
But now he's a veteran.
Yeah, he is.
Now he's fought for that respect and he's got it.
Yeah, so I'm not actually dismissing anything he's saying. It's just not a character.
But
it's not. It's not. Like
comments. Come on.
It's not. They're all going to go against you because, like, sorry, not because they're all going to go against me anyway, and that's cool.
Come on. So Catherine's saying that's not a character. What do you mean?
Not.
What? Can we please define character?
Absolutely. Give me your definition, and I'll go straight on it.
Okay.
Because
a character is a human vessel that is dictated by personality. A human or animal vessel. They're a living vessel that has personality.
If only... I gotta be fair here.
Go on, then.
I'm just thinking about the human race right now. If only 80% of the human race had 10% more of what you just said.
Okay. Well, that's okay.
But that's not essential. But that's not essentially the element of just character, but it's also evolution and an emphasis, and that's what he has.
Go ahead. Define what character is.
So for me, character essentially has an element of what you said. Mm-hmm. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not dismissing what you're saying. But a character also has to have a fundamental side that it actually stems from.
He does.
It doesn't.
He does.
You cannot say, "Oh, because I'm Canadian, it's a character." It's
no, the Syrian part. He came out. He had a shirt with
many.
He had shirts with his own language written on them. He had his wife and his kid. It was a very personal moment.
To be fair, so
they probably chose him for a reason.
Yeah, because social media really needed it. That was why.
Okay, but we can't judge where he's from, though.
I'm not saying he's not.
It's the same. I'm telling you, it's the exact same as if you told me right now that Rey Mysterio doesn't have a character. They're the same. They are just really good, really pure people who don't give up.
I think what's the element, and that's a fundamental trait. I think the massive thing for him, though, is the fact that you've got the home route. Not dismissing that, and I haven't dismissed the home route the whole time.
No, I know, but it's weird to say that it's not a character when he finishes the conspiracy theory stuff.
Because it's evolving into something different. It's evolving. Weirdly enough, when I look at Sami Zayn, I'm not looking at a character. And it's not because it's essentially not a character. I'm looking at it because I'm seeing the real person, ironically, highlighting real issues, highlighting real aspects of personality of their life, and they're taking it away from a character sense. Essentially, I'm not saying he's killing character work or he's killing a sense of you need to be a character. What he's actually doing is killing a way that he doesn't need to be that. He's just being real. And it's actually for him, and I ain't saying it's the worst thing he's ever done. It's just made him a little bit more different to what you would expect from him. So it's hard to, get on grasp with.
Okay.
So that's what we say. Okay. So I'm not saying it. So I'm not actually essentially saying it sucks. I haven't said once it sucks.
So if we sidestep someone else that you've notoriously called boring,
go for it. Who?
Corey.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Look, right, I get it. You're sick of him mentioning his dad. Bearing in mind that the heels brought up his dad more than he did. Remember that he actually made a point of going up to Heyman and saying,
he is at least, weirdly enough, he is, when you look at Cody Rhodes, I am sick of the constant Dusty mentions. I've already respected Dusty enough in my life. I'm never gonna stop with that. It's just the one thing I'm sick of is the same fucking promo. And it is. It's just insert city, insert what do you want to talk about, and then we'll
They
translate.
all do that.
I know it is boring. It's redundant.
They all do that. I've been telling you, MJF's been doing that for the whole time.
And I've never argued.
Yeah, but here's the thing: people have catchphrases, and you have to.
I lived it in '99 to 2003 when that ended. I've lived it from '99 to funnily enough. Let's see. Hold on. '99. I've lived it from '99 still with Mick Foley. But essentially, not everybody has to do it. There's different means. He's already portrayed that. But to be fair, everybody knows that Cody Rhodes is Homelander without the Amazon deal. That's what he is. He's Homelander without the Amazon deal. And
well, yeah, but once again, you need to unpack core character traits. But this is what I'm saying: you can't be saying that people don't have character. The people who don't have characters are the extras. They're the people that don't say anything, don't do anything. No, he does have a character. You can, however,
he is create a wrestler Samoan.
He's a frat boy from Samoa. That's him.
One moment. So what's Solo? Just please, I just want to laugh, please. And a
good. Solo, funnily enough, is like a jealous little brother.
I thought you were going to say noodle hair frat boy, but I'll go with jealous.
Yeah. No, I think he's like a jealous little brother.
He is uber jealous. He is uber. I am annoyed about him for one different reason, though.
Go on.
I really like his suits.
Oh,
bastard. He to be fair, I'll give him that. If you can pull off a good suit, I'll be honest. I like suits.
Yeah, he didn't know that there's no such thing as a good suit. Anyway,
well, there is, but we're not gonna say his name.
Yeah. But it's interesting to hear you say that these people have got no character. But the thing is, if he's proud of his Samoan heritage, that is something that you attribute to a character.
I attribute to
far be it from
identity.
Identity. Far be it from me to turn something into a lecture. I would hate to do it.
I hold it to identity more than character, and that's just my opinion.
But character is identity.
Not
identity is no. Identity is character. Identity plays on your character. Whether you're playing a character or not, your identity is your character. But for these people on the screen, their identities influence their character. So the same way that Sami Zayn's from where he's from, or the same way that Cody Rhodes has a famous dad, had a famous dad. Still does. We'll say has.
It's a different. It was what all I was going to say in the sense of it. It's just the element of the evolution was different. That's all it is. It's just evolved from something that, to be fair, at the time when it started, was anybody really paying attention to the Sami Zayn conspiracy? I was in and out because some of it was just. I
thought it was cool at first when he was when he started. I was like, oh, this is different.
Yeah,
different thing.
And it just carried on, and then it
again. Wrestling is like an ongoing story, so you don't get people who are like. You get very few people who are this one thing and this one thing forever. That's why I keep saying Rey Mysterio, because he has been that one thing and that one thing for at least as far as WWE goes.
I was going to say.
I know WCW, I'd rather not know it, okay?
Because they unmasked him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
To be fair, the whole way that WWE went about how he got his mask back was genuinely quite funny.
Yeah.
Like, do you know that WWE's way that how he got his mask back?
I've seen something about it, but I mean, I saw
they went back and done sort of repurification thing to get his mask back. I'm like,
so it was like swearing himself back in.
Yeah, he's done like a fucking.
It's like you've disgraced the luchadors by removing your mask. It was like the Mandalorians with a helmet.
Yeah, to be
You
to be
can't
fair,
remove your mask. And then you've got Penta, meanwhile, who like never ties that fucker.
I hate that they keep unmasking him.
Oh,
To be
yeah.
fair,
Yeah,
to be right, it's not just there. Like I have a feeling it's going to happen in WWE as well once or twice. I don't like seeing masked wrestlers get unmasked. The only masked wrestler I've ever seen that I liked get unmasked was Eddie Guerrero, because Eddie Guerrero was better after he had the mask off.
It's all about knowing if you're going to take the mask off someone, it's about knowing, okay, can they actually do more with or without it? But remember that a character is not a mask.
That's a gimmick. That's a gimmick.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait.
The character is based on the identity, and then you tweak it slightly. And it's something that happens a lot. But it happens with anything. Like, for example,
This is a character.
But no, I mean,
not
like,
my face. Not my face. I was highlighting.
Even if you scale it down to like people who've got online personas. If you're in like, so okay, I mean, let's think of something like proper nerdy. If you're like in D&D or something, and I've never played D&D, I'm doing this completely from the outside.
To be fair, Dungeon
But I
Master
imagine that when you do your character sheet for D&D, you obviously roll things.
That's true. Yeah.
But you also will get to dictate parts, and you'll probably do it based off yourself.
You'd like to think so. I think some people try to.
They try to be creative about it, but you know, like it's.
I wouldn't say creative. I was going to say something the exact opposite. There's some people that definitely do try to be creative, to try and find different layers to themselves, and then there's some people that try to cheat the system, and then they get found out very quickly.
They try to go for the meta.
Not just that, but they try to go for something that they think they absolutely are, but they're definitely not, and it's not even within the meta. It's actually just someone has told them they are this, but when they actually deep it, they just said it just to get a reaction.
Kind of like Swerve Strickland as a main eventer, then.
No, because to be fair, he has established himself to that. He's at least done that. But I would say in an AEW and a WWE example, I would say telling someone like Scapegoat Jack Perry that he's relevant, and then I would also, in the contrast, say that Otis is important when actually he's just fucking woeful.
But again, even the bad wrestlers have characters. Like Otis likes food. That is a character. It's a classic character. It's a character trait. It is a character trait that has stood the test of time. You go to the oldest things.
We're all in our own. Everybody likes food.
You know,
everybody likes food.
Yeah, but you know, like people liking food to that extreme. They've been using fat people for punchlines for years. They use everything as a punchline, but we only have punchlines because we have characters. You know,
I am waiting for the day that he actually turns the caterpillar and actually eating a caterpillar on TV.
People only come at me in comment section really because I'm trans when it comes to the TikTok stuff. That's my identity, but therefore influences the character that I am online. The two things are the same. You don't see 100% of who we are when we do this show, but we're characters in a sense. That doesn't mean we're not saying things we don't believe, but we're maybe saying them a bit more outright and coming off a bit more outspoken.
I suppose the way you do interpret it very is much valuable, and I think that's why people have a different understanding or maybe a different concept of a particular term. And I think that's actually the best part of just living. I think the worst part is of it is when you're not seeing the other side of it. So I think that's where I do see where you're coming from. You know, I do see where you're coming from in terms of like Sami Zayn's identity. Contrast that could be his character. Whereas I see it totally different. But I'm sitting and listening, and at least I'm actually seeing the point.
I completely get what you're saying. Yeah, no, about the conspiracy theory stuff. I think what that is,
whereas some people would listen to you in that way and they would completely disregard it, whereas I'm not, because at least it's actually adding more establishment to what I'm hearing. Whereas you're hearing what I'm saying. And instead of just dismissing it, you're also challenging it, where you're just trying to force the context. That's the problem nowadays.
It makes the debate fun rather than just sort of going,
Ergo, that's why Billy will always be a Roman Reigns dick muncher. That's his character. But He always will be. Let me a little bit of context. Now, before I jumped off Twitter, I'm in a group chat with Billy, right?
Okay.
He high-fived me. That's it. That's literally what he says all the time. That Roman Reigns high-fived him, and I'm like, dude, I got a picture of Tristratus, but it doesn't mean much.
It's cool though. It's cool to get a high five off Roman Reigns.
No. Gent does Mr. Gent. But I think when
is it not cool to get those sorts of things? I mean, I've had a handshake off Cody Rhodes.
If it was someone to me that I actually cared for, if it was someone like The Rock, then I would say cheers. If it's Roman, I'm saying, well, I'm just going to quickly go and wash my hand.
That's not very nice.
I'm only having a laugh.
Meet your heroes if you want to. But anyway.
Absolutely. But essentially, it's definitely perception, understanding, but also just listening to it.
Yeah. We've got bad blood coming up, so there's no bad blood here.
Bad blood.
There will be bad blood, and obviously you're going to be talking about that tomorrow.
I am eager just to see how it goes, because it hasn't been around for 20 years.
Yeah, no, there is quite a lot riding on that. You bring back something, I mean, especially an event that's got such...
It's not the only thing they're bringing back, though, that I'm actually wary of. I mean, end of the year, they're bringing back Saturday Night's Main Event. And,
oh, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
And I don't know, because absolutely, Catherine, healthy debate is good. That's what makes that's what makes us enjoyable. For me personally, makes us enjoyable. If you guys don't like it, that's fine. That's completely normal. You're not gonna like everything. I'm not sure about Saturday Night's Main Event. And I know, obviously, I don't know if you've watched old Saturday Night's Main Event. I have, and it's hard to.
I've seen that.
That was a mixture. That wasn't just pro wrestling. That was the shit they try to do now with WrestleMania, where they make it just a complete entertainment nightly thing where it involves music and celebrity involvement. But Saturday Night's Main Event went more than that, because it was obviously on MTV. I don't know how it's going to be portrayed this time. Are they just going to do it like it's just going to be wrestling, or what? I don't know.
No, it'll be a talk show with a match at the end.
I would like to see how it goes.
It's going to be them leaning into the sort of stuff that they do, like on the morning talk shows before big main event.
I did like the original stuff, because that is like, there is one Saturday Night Main Event that absolutely does stand out, and it's the Saturday Night Main Event where King Kong Bundy literally squashes Hogan.
But so Saturday Night's Main Event gives you the opportunity to do things like the KO show.
We absolutely will keep going back and forth, don't you worry.
Yeah, 100%.
It does give you that.
Yeah, because we never agree anyway, so we're always going back and forth.
I don't know. We agree that Jey Uso sucks. I don't know. We agree that Jey Uso sucks.
Yeah, I'm joking. But no, as far as Saturday Night Main Event, there's you put things like sort of KO show format, Miz TV sort of format.
Could the Saturday Night's Main Event finally be the ending of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory?
Yeah, maybe.
Just point that out there.
Yeah, it could be. It absolutely could be.
I would actually like to see them do one thing, though. Just because of the circumstance, I would like Saturday Night Main Event to be commentated by Jesse Ventura. Because he was back when when Saturday Night Main Event actually was killing it. Jesse Ventura was on there, and he was.
You can tell how much I know, because I heard that and went. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm disgraced by you. I'm just kidding, but I actually would like for that to happen, because it would give you a little bit of an originality factor. And I think if you're bringing back something like that, you have to have some sort of originality, at least to the degree. It's got to have a little bit of that. That's why at least Bad Blood being main evented by Hell in a Cell makes sense. If it was being main evented by a fucking tag team match that is not important, it would genuinely be horrible, and it would be painful and distasteful.
Yeah, I worry about Saturday Night's Main Event being like Battle of the Belts, where it just doesn't matter, and just like, why would you watch it?
We will find out. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I'm just going to dip for 2 seconds.
No, I mean, I think all that's left is if I'm going to run through my Bad Blood predictions, and then I think we are all good.
Yeah, crack on. I'll jump back in 2 seconds.
All right. Okay. So Bad Blood. Obviously Reece and Jamie, as it stands, are going to talk about it. Sue me. Austin Theory looks good from the neck. No lies detected, I suppose. But as far as Bad Blood, it should be a good show. They've really gone for it in terms of who's actually on the card and what's actually on the card. A little concerned about Nia Jax and Bayley because I think it's going to be overshadowed by the other women's title match. Maybe you don't do both on the same show. But Bayley's been overshadowed by the Rhea Ripley stuff for ages, so maybe they're just sticking to status quo there. I don't see why Bayley would win it back. Maybe you get the cash in now. Don't know what they do with that other women's title. I don't think they need 2 women's world titles. I think it's just it's a scene that they want to say is crowded, but it's not that crowded anymore. Not when you split the pack. It's actually really quite limited. As far as obviously you got Punk and Drew. I mean, we've been told it's the main event. That's probably the case. Does Punk win? Does Punk win the feud? I don't think he needs to. I think everyone's expecting him to. But a babyface doesn't make a promise that they can't keep. So he probably does win. Don't then know what Drew McIntyre does. Bayley wins and Tiff cashes in, wins it from Bayley. Yeah, I could see that. I could easily see that. I think Rhea versus Liv. I mean, you've got to. If you're going to put the belt back on Rhea, you got to do it now, because otherwise she's got to fight and win her right again. So I think Rhea Ripley is probably going to win.
This has become
Cody and Roman versus Bloodline. That would be the main event now, actually. Yeah.
If the whole plan is to have Rock appear, then yes. But I'll be honest, this shouldn't be main eventing.
Cody and Roman are going to win, though.
Will they?
Yeah.
I would have them lose.
No. I think.
I think if Rock does show, then Roman and
Rock will
Cody
show up after the
absolutely
bell.
lose.
Rock will show up after the bell.
To be fair, he is just his own man. He can literally just do whatever the heck he wants. Nobody can tell him otherwise.
There's going to be a moment in this where Roman's going to be able to take the glory for himself, but he's actually going to help Cody get the pin. And it'll be and that'll be the moment where Rock's like, "Oh, you've gone soft, you've gone weak." Because remember, Rock and Roman haven't actually fallen out as such yet.
Essentially, yeah, but we'll see. We will see. I'm not sure. I would have Drew and Punk main event and let them go wild blood galore. Yeah. A Hell in a Cell match should be violent.
It should be violent, but within the confines of the match that you're having. And I'll say it now: if they pull out glass, I will call them out for it. They will get the exact same treatment.
I would like them to go like classic Hell in a Cell days where it was violent. Back then, it was literally just pure, unadulterated violence.
It's going to be violent.
That's all.
But it can be violent within the confines of the match that they're having.
I essentially want Punk to get pile driven on stairs, or pile driven on a chair, or just get speared through the actual cage wall.
That could also happen, yeah.
I'm not essentially looking for the needle shit. I'm not looking for glass.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If it goes outside of those bounds,
I just want to see them beat the living hell out of each other. I want to see the end of the match where, I essentially want to see the end of the match. One of them being physically unable to stand.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be that. But I was saying I don't know what Drew does if he loses the feud. But Punk's made the
I do.
babyface promise.
I
So I
think
think Punk's got to win.
I think essentially if Drew does lose, he's just going to take out on Wade Barrett and does. Let's be real. And is that what we want to see? Because what I want to see is Nick Aldis versus AJ Styles, and I think that's coming.
Yeah, I mean,
Very,
it's a
very
different sort of thing, isn't it? I'm just trying to.
Yeah, that's a different kind of moment. I don't want it, but I'm not sure if I want to see Drew versus Barrett. I don't think and I'm not dismissing Barrett in any shape or form, because Nigel McGuinness proved when you come out after not being able to compete for so long, he can still go. I'm not saying Barrett can't. I think he still can go. The problem is, does it look like he wants to? Because I'm not getting that vibe. Like, I think it'd be interesting to see him back though, competing. I think it would be interesting. I think he's a much better competitor than he is as a commentator. But I'm not saying he's a terrible commentator either. His work with Vic Joseph was actually really good.
So, I mean, anyway, so to run through what I've got, and you can note it down if you like.
I will.
What I'm going for is Punk's going to win.
Yep.
I think for face heel balance, I'll say Liv Morgan.
Unfortunately, that little bloody bitch will probably retain her title.
Probably going to be able to do something from the cage. You don't put him in the cage if he's not going to do something.
He'll do a China. It makes ironic sense. He will do a China.
He might be able to like drop out the cage like onto Rhea.
He would probably like that too.
But like, yeah, but like, you know what I mean, in like a sexual like.
No, that's exactly what I meant, because it actually stems to him perfectly, the deviant that he is.
Yeah, exactly. I think Balor's got to beat Priest, otherwise, what is Judgment Day?
Soon to have R-Truth back in it, probably. And then we'll officially call the Judgment Day dead.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's...
I agree with Catherine.
Bayley or Nia is tough.
I think Catherine's right.
I can see it.
And to be fair, they should, because I've got nothing against Nia Jax. I've said it since January. Nia Jax has turned things around when she lost weight and was able to move. She's not made a foot. She hasn't put a foot wrong, in my opinion. But if Tiffany Stratton is one you want to get behind, just for a joke, I would have her win the title. And I'm not dismissing her in any shape or form here. I would have her win the title. She obviously has to hand in the Money in the Bank briefcase or whatever. But I would just have her nick it back, the same one, and just keep it, change it around a bit, it doesn't say Money in the Bank, and just put the title inside it. Almost a way of her just protecting the title.
Yeah, no, that would make sense. That would track. I think I'll say Nia, because, I mean, Bayley was beaten so comfortably the first time.
Yeah.
And she's not exactly there, and we're probably maybe getting near to someone returning.
Nia versus Charlotte.
Or Alexa.
I don't think they need to put her together. I think Alexa Bliss could be the perfect foil for... I actually hope that Alexa Bliss is the foil for Rhea Ripley.
Maybe, but she's got her foil, Liv Morgan.
She's not a foil, she's just a bitch.
And then I think Roman and Cody will win, because that's too big a team to have lose.
I know, but that's where the whole... Ironically, that's where the shock comes in.
Is it really only a 5-match card, or is my card not complete?
Yeah, it's 5.
So
that's free. It's going to be like 2.5 hours, 3-hour show, I think.
Yeah. So when are Gunther and Sammy? That's Survivor Series.
Yeah, but they don't do world title matches at Survivor Series anymore.
Well, they might now.
I doubt it, but I hope they do. I've said for quite a while.
What did they do last year? Last year they did like other title matches, didn't they?
did
They just
War
couldn't do
Games,
world title matches because both champs were in War Games.
because that's what they did.
Yeah, but other title matches were on that card, right?
I can't remember. I think they might have done. I barely remember, to be fair.
Survivor Series 2023.
You can check it. I barely remember. Oh, tell you another thing as well. Why is Jade and Bianca hosts?
Because they have nothing to do and they're carrying useless titles.
Not yet.
Yeah, so Gunther beat The Miz for the IC title. Rhea retained.
Yeah.
I had the whole thing and then it disappeared.
Have a look. What else we got? Yeah, five match card.
Yeah. Sorry, not both world champions were in War Games. One of them was, and the other was just...
Not there.
Yeah, he'd sacked it off.
Yeah, he was too busy sleeping.
Yeah. Oh, and then the other women's champion was in the other War Games.
Can't remember. I can't remember who it was. Can Damage Control just beat Jade and Bianca for the tag titles? It's too late for Damage Control, buddy.
Who was the other women's champion at the time?
Was it Raw wasn't it Bianca Belair?
Rhea fought Zoe. It must have been
Io Sky.
Oh, was it Io's ring? When did she cash in? Oh, but SummerSlam.
Yeah. So it would have been her.
It would have been Io for Damage Control. I think she cashed in at SummerSlam anyway.
Just after it, I'm pretty sure. No, yeah, she did, because Asuka lost to Bianca in a weird... Cause
Oh, it was the triple threat, and then she cashed in. It was SummerSlam.
Because Bianca faked an injury.
Broke her leg.
Yeah, and then immediately lost, which is beautiful.
So yeah, so you can chalk those predictions up. I do like these 5-match cards. You know, go on.
I want it to just be a little bit more. I just want 6 or 7. I think I want at least 7. I think 7's enough. I think money's worth. I want a little bit more, but
well, I mean, we might be getting like long match. You know, like we'll get like Gunther versus Sam will be on Raw Monday. I really hope not.
I think it likely will be.
Or give it a dodgy finish.
I don't know why it isn't on this. It should be this pay-per-view. If you're not going to have the WWE champion defend his title, at least have the world champion defend it. At least. Like, or in fact, another show as well.
Well, they would argue that they've got 2 world title matches on the show because both women are defending.
Not only that, the IC title is not being defended at Bad Blood. The US title is not being defended at Bad Blood. Either of the tag titles are not being defended at Bad Blood.
Oh, the tag titles are just a joke at this point.
Like, it's actually...
But they can't do tag titles because they've got one of the... But on the Raw side, they've got one of the champs in a blood feud.
I know. I don't mind, to be fair. I'm not bored about that one, but at least SmackDown, sure.
And aren't the other champs in the other blood feud? Is it still them? I hope it's not.
They've just done the triple... Are they not got... It's a triple threat ladder match tonight.
Oh, so they might lose the belts.
Yeah. Yeah, the US and IC titles are a joke. Roll me one, Kenobi.
Hope so.
I feel bad. Like, LA Knight deserves his title, but they're not even doing anything with him.
Well, I feel bad for doing this, Reece. You can hang about for as long as you like with lovely people, but
I have a quiz to finish. So and I've got. And to be fair, I'm streaming. I'm not streaming, so I'm playing something else very shortly. So
just keep watching. You'll get the answers.
No, you will not get the answers because
get the answers before he asks the questions.
I'm not going to reverse Roddy Piper them.
That means he will do it.
I absolutely will not. The 24/7 title was defended more than the US.
The camera and watch him write the quiz.
It's not going to happen. It's not
I'm
going to
getting
happen.
into their intrusive thoughts. I'm telling you, Catherine's got some intrusive thoughts. She'll be right there.
Catherine's intrusive thoughts involve Tony Khan. I do not want to
Just-
get her intrusive thoughts. Thank you very
she's,
much.
she's put the camera in your Switch. She's just watching.
She wishes. No.
Right. In any case, well, guys, make sure that you tune in tomorrow because Reece and Jamie are going through Bad Blood, giving their predictions.
Same.
If you missed tonight's show, just wind it on back. You'll get the fun debate that we've had. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. We didn't really come in with a plan other than eviscerate AEW, and I do that every week. So, you know. But yeah, I've given my Bad Blood stuff. Tomorrow, Reece and what? I was not kicked. And
I told you intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, on that bombshell, I'm gonna have to go. Reece, you can stay with lovely people if you like, but I've got to go and get sorted. So yeah, I will catch you for the next one.
Absolutely, it's good seeing you.
Bye.
See you later. Intrusive thoughts, Catherine, and she went straight for the jugular. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, that of course, my co-host is phenomenal. Let's be real, and always fair. Always fair. I think essentially, I like to get back and forth. It's quite fun. Always fun. I've enjoyed tonight's show. It's been a good laugh. I say different things. What you say is frightening. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. That's at the end of this. We just want to make everyone enjoy the content. That's what matters. We're essentially just trying to grow and just be ourselves, but also not insult our community that we've got. We don't want to insult you guys. We may make jokes, but we don't want to insult the stuff we bring. We don't want it to insult. We don't want to change what we are. That's the main point of why I like doing the steel chair. Is I just like to talk wrestling with you guys, talk wrestling with fans like Eilidh. That's what we do. That's what matters. Do you think Shane helped the AEW TV deal? Can't wait till he shows up. I don't know if he did. I think if he did, if he helped, there may have been a little bit more money. Perhaps, I don't know. I don't know if I want to see Shane. It's just how it is. What do I have the quiz on? Football. Sunday night on football. I just need to write it on these. I've already got it typed up. I just need to write it on the flashcards because the way I'm doing it requires these bad boys. So I got to do that. That's going to be rest of my night and tomorrow. It's going to take me a long ass fucking time. But I do have this for reference. He might have done. Shockwave would make a lot of sense because let's be real, Rampage is dead. It's been dead for 3 years. It's not exactly fun. It's not exactly good. Rampage is just there. Rampage is like taking a shit and just leaving. It's just like WWE main event. Just take a shit and walked away. Did you see Twitter saying Shad Khan bribed Warner Bros. Discovery for AEW to get this deal? I haven't. I also think that's quite delusional. I don't think that's legit. That's just people saying anything just to reach. That's a reach. Nothing more. Any means possible just to get a reaction. And I bet it did get a lot of reaction because that's what it does. Yeah, I think people would say that about any organization. They would say that about. I think people would say the same about WWE if they didn't get more than the 500 million. They got what they got, so why shit on it? But have a means to it. That's just my perspective, you know? I'm just ordering dinner because I am... Neil said I'm starving, but I'm actually quite hungry. I think it's a decent deal. I think it's decent. I certainly think they could have, if to show position of strength, maybe got a bit more. But you can certainly improve on that in the years to come. Just like the NXT deal with the CW could effectively improve with years to come. The Netflix deal could improve with years to come. HBO might change things up with years to come. But also for every company, it could also backfire. So it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see what happens. I hope it's good for them. I do. I like the numbers on all accounts. I'm eager to see what happens. I think they need to. I think some of the TV specials. I don't think they need a lot of them anymore. I think you can cut them out and just make do with what they've already got, strength to strength. But essentially, it's a let's see what happens next sort of thing, and that's where you will really be measured on. HBO Max does have a good platform. I do agree on that, Roman Kenobi. It's a good platform. Any company that would have used that would be smart. I like the fact they're going to test new waters. To be fair, I actually like that WWE are actually trying the untested water of Netflix, because it's never happened with Netflix before. So I actually do rate that as well. The pay-per-view model with Max, well, you're still going to be paying big for it. I'm pretty sure you're still going to be paying quite heavy on it for a while, because HBO Max, they need to see how it works for them based on buy rates still. I would love if AEW got into Sky Sports. Ooh, okay. I remember the days of WWE on Sky Sports. Had its moments. Yeah, ITV4. It's on ITV4, yeah. Yeah, I've got a different way to watch it. Oh yeah, I used to watch TNA on Challenge every Sunday. It was great. I don't know, Catherine. That's a good point. I don't know. The cost will be key, because that's the problem with Triller TV. Is a bit more expensive than what it should be. I think they need to reduce that a little bit. I am liking that. We did touch on this earlier on. I like the way they've started it between the two of them. It has been quite fun, even for just the second week. I do like the dynamic here, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they approach it. Mm. Yeah, he is. He deserves a lot. He deserves a lot. So like, I pay $20 for Max right now, and if I have to pay 30 more for the pay-per-view, then I'm getting screwed. This is what it should be. You pay $20 for your HBO Max. You shouldn't have to pay for a pay-per-view on that afterwards. There's one thing I'll praise the WWE Network for. To be fair, you pay your whatever a monthly subscription, you get the pay-per-views with it as your subscription. That's how it should be. According to VPN, I'm usually in London. Nice. That's one way to get around a Romy One Kenobi. That's one way to do it. Sharon's Karen. President of the complaint department. Yeah. Fun times for the gold standard of complaints. I was going to ask as well for you guys as well, because I put up as a YouTube short, but nobody had actually responded to it. So I'm going to ask as well. Halloween Havoc is, well, Halloween's my favorite day of the year, and obviously Halloween Havoc is an absolute elite pay-per-view. Would any of you guys want me to either do a watch along of a Halloween Havoc pay-per-view, or do just a watch along of a match? Because we're already going to do the watch along reaction of Michaels versus Taker in Hell in a Cell. But like Halloween Havoc, obviously Guerrero versus Mysterio stands out from '97. But is there anything else? Like there's some good Halloween Havocs. Like 1998 Halloween Havoc is quality. But to be fair, 96, 97, 98 Halloween Havocs were all good. Do a watch along full show. The McMahon series is really good. Wait, watch along. Okay, we'll do that then. For Halloween. Best day of the year, Halloween. Fuck Christmas. Halloween rules. It's Halloween this year. Alright, so Halloween this year is a Thursday. Medusa coming out in the American Bikini Halloween Havoc made me Jesus Christ. I'm thinking I'll do like a Halloween Havoc watch along on the 27th, because the Thursday obviously I'll be in work, so it's not possible for me to do it like, in that sense. I will be exhausted, but I could do the 27th as like an early Halloween Havoc event. I think that'd be cool. I hate all holidays, especially Christmas. Fair play. You're probably the only American I know that probably hates Thanksgiving. Which is not a holiday, but will you be wearing a costume while doing the watch along? No. Just because obviously it's before Halloween. Nah. Plus, I haven't got anything for this year. I haven't even got my face paint anymore. I need to get new face paint. Luckily, I know a place. Me dressed as Ten Hag. I'd rather shit my hands and clap. Ten Hag. Man pisses me off. Nah, I want to get my paint back because I like painting. I like painting around the face and all that. What about Clement, for fuck's sake? No. Stop being a bitch. No. I'm only kidding. It's good to see you, Romy One Kenobi. It's been a while. You've been hiding, good sir. Fucking Clement. I have no words. Yeah, it's Oasis. Yeah, that reunion will not last. That will not last. I can't wait for the next fight between the Gallagher brothers. Because they will fight. Again. They always do. They just can't help themselves. I mean, to be fair, that's just life though, eh? Like that shit can happen. But Oasis, but nah. It won't last. I mean, the last reunion proved it. We're better now. We get along really well. A couple of weeks later, Liam Gallagher, no Gallagher, have had a fight. That's just how it goes, man. You know? That's just the name of the game. To be fair, they're apparently committed to this tour. If they're committed to this tour and they actually pull it off without a hitch and no issues, then fair play. But people aren't stupid. Well, you'd hope people aren't stupid. We've seen what happens with these two. And it's not even technically Oasis either. It's been labelled as Oasis. Yet Noel needs the money for his divorce because he's a fanny. The guy is an absolute fanny. Too much money. It's too much. Not surprised though. It's not the money because of who they are. It's money because of the legacy. It's because it's listed as Oasis. You can try. It won't work. Absolutely will not work. I wish them well, though. I do. I do wish them well, but I think it will go horribly wrong. I always rely on experience. There's always something in there between them clamoring, and that shit happens. Pillow fight outside Murrayfield right now. Let's go. I'm about to eat my fucking dinner. Reece versus Kenobi in a Hell in a Cell. I've already won. I'll just claim the high ground over Kenobi. Once Kenobi has no high ground, what does he do? He just sits there. Anyway. You guys are funny. No, you haven't. I am not one to be in a cage. Not a good idea. I remain away from the cage. Animalistic. Not worth it. Anyway, what did I think of the Britt Deep match? Deep was great, Britt was boring. I don't know what they're doing. You will not. Not a chance. Not a chance. Britt Baker's washed. Like, she has to go. Like, I actually think she's doing more harm than good now. Nah, she didn't get anything. She got nothing. Yeah. Well, that's me now got my dinner. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get out here, but I will be back tomorrow. Come say hello in the afternoon, UK time. So be about, hopefully, just about 5 o'clock-ish, I hope. But come see me tomorrow on here. Have a laugh on the steel chair for more wrestling content, because that's what we do. But please do check out Eilidh's channel, Princess Ale7, on YouTube. But apart from that, it has been an absolute pleasure speaking to you guys. Tomorrow we will fight. You behave. But in the meantime, guys, I will see you all tomorrow. Look out for yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you next time for more Weekly Steel Chair. Bye-bye.
It's my life in the box in front of me.